Hello to those of you who know me and those I've not met. I came to PlaySkill courtesy of my nearly 4-year-old son Sami, who was born with Down syndrome. In the year he was born, I guess like all parents of a child born with a special need, I felt like I was on a roller coaster, hurtling from one appointment to another. Although I was already a seasoned mum of 3, I had to learn anew how things were going to be. And I think one of the hardest things for me to accept was that I didn't know the route ahead and would have to just feel my way along one day, 1 week or 1 month at a time. Having 3 other young children, my life was already very full, which explains, I hope, why I can't actually remember the precise sequence of events that led me to my first visit to PlaySkill at Hemel. I know the NHS physio had certainly recommended it, and 2 mums at a different special needs group had done so as well. From the first session, the buzz of activity and the one-to-one time that Sami got with each of the therapists led me to realise that PlaySkill was a very unique place. Everyone was really friendly, and although I'd really not enjoyed the car journey to Hemel because I'm terrible at driving to places I don't know, I'm from the other side of Watford. On that first visit, I learned the Makaton signs to I Can Sing a Rainbow, and Sami and I sang that on the way home and felt very relaxed. Andrea soon found me a space in the Watford group, which was much appreciated as it was only up the road for me. And then we really looked forward to our weekly Tuesday sessions on an Tuesday afternoon. Sami soon made his cheeky personality known, and he loved the soft play sessions and got very familiar with the Lamari Centre, running into people's offices and helping himself to mops and brushes each week to give a little brush here and there, which is one of his favourite activities, making a mess and pretending to half-heartedly clean it up. To give a summary of Sami's needs is not easy, because if Sami could talk, I'm pretty sure he would say that he didn't have any needs. He gets on very, very well with life and is generally an extremely happy and gregarious little boy. Yet he does have needs, and PlaySkill's team have been so helpful in the past few years in helping me pinpoint what is working well for Sami and where he needs help. His communication and language skills are, for me, the most obvious need. Sami's pre-verbal. He's just started attending his local primary school in the nursery, and I've managed to get an EHCP in place. So far, the experience has been very positive, and PlaySkill's input into speaking with me about what will help Sami in the school environment has been invaluable. Sami has sensory regulation issues. He's impulsive and he's developmentally delayed. I have learned a lot about sensory regulation and sensory processing, and it's relevant to Sami. He's often described as someone who is always on the go, aka pretty exhausting to be around. Kieran and the other occupational therapists at PlaySkill have spent a considerable amount of time helping me understand Sami's behaviour and giving me and him practical help. They've worked on his impulsivity and given me strategies to help Sami regulate himself, such as rolling him with a foam roller and applying deep squeezes or pressure to him. This is something I knew nothing about before Sami was born, despite being around children a lot and despite being a primary school teacher. I've seen immediate beneficial effects of adding small sensory breaks into Sami's routine. And Jerry Pinnock's Zoom training sessions have been really fascinating to me. In speech and language, Sami has come on in leaps and bounds with individual targets set by Karen and now Jodie, who have used their huge experience and knowledge to make Sami an individualised programme to follow. They help by providing next steps which are discussed carefully with me and planned, and they provide activities that build on Sami's attention and listening and his communication skills, such as helping him transition from one thing to another and to concentrate on an activity. And recently they've helped with him using a now and next board and signing with Makaton. In particular, lockdown, all other help dried up. I was so grateful to have Play Skills advice on what I could do at home to progress Sami. I remember Andrea saying it's all about early intervention at last year's AGM. And as a parent, especially during lockdown, it's felt like a lonely burden to carry on my shoulders without a preschool or NHS professionals to share the teaching of Sami. It's a lot of hours in a day to see your child and want to help them move on. So Play Skills impact and phone calls were truly a beacon at that time. We loved their Zoom phone calls, and even if Sami did become a bit overly familiar with Mummy's laptop and smash it recently, being a bit heavy-handed, he really responded well to that. He tuned in and we both gained a lot of support in lockdown. Andrea deserves a mention. I'm currently enjoying her Lion sessions over Zoom, and even if Sami's abdominal muscles aren't getting a workout, mine are, so that's really helpful. Andrea's always present at the group sessions, and she's a warm and positive presence, and she makes sure that the parents get valuable time away from our children to support one another. I have made some really great friendships: Amanda, Claire, Liz, Melissa, Lorna, others. I think every town deserves a Play Skill, and I really hope to continue my association in the future and be able to give back to the local community as Play Skill continue to do in such a meaningful way, in good times and in uncertain times like we're in right now. Thank you.